friends, followers, customers, I welcome you today from the Dyno room at H Performance here in our facility. I show you today the RS3 at Epsilon in our latest stage that we have made on the stock block conversation. Here we have stage 3, which we now finished the development and which we want to release today and show you today one hand on the dyno, the components, and on the other side we are going to drive on the street 100 to 200 kilometers per hour to show what power is it possible to reach with that kind of numbers in a TUV street legal version. So let's have a quick look on the engine bay. What you have here is the new 4-inch 100mm carbon intake pipe, which we have combined with our 4-inch 100mm turbo inlet and the 4-inch trumpet which goes into the stock air filter box. Many of you have requested and asked us a long time, why don't you make a closed intake system, and that's why we've done this right now. And honestly, it's my personal car. I also like the closed intake system because you concentrate way more on the exhaust noise if you have closed intake system compared over 125mm open intake system, which we have also available and which we show right here in the picture. And this is the combination which I personally most like. Also new, or first time in, is the H Performance billet fuel rail, which we've designed already 2.5 years ago when we decided, or when we developed our 1000 horsepower stage on the TTRS and the RSQ3. We found out that the engines react extremely good on a good fuel supply of the low pressure fuel system. So we have 5 injectors, high pressure, which directly inject into the combustion chamber, and we have those 5 low pressure injectors on top from the fuel rail into the engine, and those ones, they like to be consistently supplied with fuel, more volume in the fuel rail, 2 supplies instead of just 1 in stock, and that helps to reduce the knock in the car and makes it more stable over the whole ref range. We have the billet intake manifold in here with 1 big chamber inside and big trumpets which guide the air consistently into the intake side of the cylinder head. The H Performance billet throttle body elbow in 80mm, which goes straight to the intercooler in behind the front bumper. And a topic that we already discussed in one of our latest videos is the bad surface design of that front grille, where you automatically see that in this region we cannot get any air to our intercooler. So we have decided to design the intercooler with so-called air guides that guide the air to the intercooler, which increase the surface of air that can go through the intercooler, and that lifts the efficiency extremely. We have made endurance pulls from 50 to 250 kilometers per hour with that intercooler, and with this intercooler plus the air guides, and we have an increasement or an improvement of nearly 10 degrees Celsius of drop. That means without the air guides you will have a delta of, let me say, 18-19 degrees Celsius from a 50 to 250 kilometer pull, and by adding those you reduce this of somewhere 9 to 10 degree consistently. So it's a big improvement in the intercooler as well. What else have we done? Yes, we have the new TC Turbo's X8 Turbo in there, which is in any of our new stages. The H Performance catch tank, the 4-inch downpipe, TUV version with the sport catalytics, with the sport oxygen particle filters, and we have a 4-inch catback system, which sounds, we will hear it later, it sounds awesome. And you will see some measuring equipment in the car as well. We have some back pressure gauges installed here to measure the exhaust gas back pressure before the turbine and in the downpipe, because those cars, they have already stock factory-wise higher back pressures than the Dacia has for sure because of the particle filters. And we need to control temperatures as well, so we have had, I think it was around 6 to 7 sensors which we had in here during the development process, and now we have reduced this to the most important ones, which you will see, and we'll show you this in the car as well. So that's important when you create power stages which go beyond stock in power. You need to check what is in temperature range, what is the back pressure range, because that's the efficiency. This tells us how healthy this engine is running with 620 horsepower, and I can tell you it's extremely healthy. We have help in the front with the intake side, we've help in the back with the exhaust side, so it's running extremely good. So let's go into the dyno and measure it, how much power we'll see. We'll go on the street, make draggy times 100 to 200, make some noise for you as well to hear this really fantastic combination of 4-inch turbo pack, and then we are going to show you some of these results. So guys, we are ready for one measuring as promised. Just to show you here all the gauges that we had in the car during the development that just activate for you the exhaust gas back pressure, which we measure all the time on the dyno. So we see directly what is the exhaust gas temperature before the turbine, so in the manifold of the turbocharger, and as well the exhaust gas back pressure. As you see, it's directly reacting. The noise that you can hear is coming from the big diameter of the hose which we have here in the gauge, so that has no influence technically wise, it's just that you know where this comes from. We don't need to make any logs on the computer as this has already been done so many times. It's just showing one more time how much power we can get out of the car, so just let's make one measuring. Horsepower, 700 Newton meter on the point what our car made. That's what we expected to see. And now let's go to the road and see how good that performs on the street. And then we gave you a really good overview about our stage 3 for the RS3